here. I'm going to go through the setup of the Cricut Maker. I already have it plugged in and everything. I've looked at a little bit of the stuff online. I'm a silhouette user. I had a Cricut Expression years ago. I sold it to buy my first Cameo, and then from there I have a Cameo. I still have my original Cameo. I have a Cameo 2, and then I bought the Cameo 3. I don't care for the Cameo 3 at all. I know we're talking about the Cricut Maker, but I was just showing you my background of what I use or what I've used. I don't know much about the Cricut software. I did in the past, so I think I'll pick up on it pretty well. The Cricut or the Cameo 3, it has the ratcheting blade. On this, maybe all Cricuts are like this. It doesn't have a ratcheting blade. It's just a regular blade, and you change it in the software. And you don't have to take the blade out and turn it. Maybe that's something that Cricut has always done. I honestly can't remember. So I've got it all plugged in and everything. And what I've noticed here is I've downloaded the Cricut Craft Room, and I synced the machine. So it's a new version of the software. And when I go to help and install drivers for my machine, it does not have Cricut Maker on there yet. I'm just going to guess that that's because it's not released yet, not till the 20th. So maybe the software will update then. It'll have an option to update. But it has Cricut Personal Create and Expression drivers, Cricut Imagine drivers, Cricut Mini drivers, and Cricut Expression 2 drivers. So Cricut Maker's not on there. So I'm going to minimize this and go to Google Chrome. And then go to the Cricut Design space, and it pulls up. So then I'm going to go to this little drop down here next to the left of home, and I'm going to go to New Machine Setup. And then it says, welcome to Cricut Family. Let's get started on machine, create a Cricut ID and make fun projects. I've done the ID, so I'm going to go ahead and get started, showing you how to plug it in and everything. In this next step, it goes pretty fast. Right there, it drops down and it says Maker and then 3. I've already done that process, synced the machine and everything. So we're going to go through the steps of this first project. And when I did the first unboxing video, this box comes with it. In the instruction booklet, all the instruction booklets are in here, and then there's this envelope. So let's go over what you get with the machine real quick. You get the machine, you get the here's the box here. Okay, and it's going to come with the premium fine point blade and the rotary, and then a fine point pin. The other options they have listed on the box is the knife blade, which will cut. I'm thinking that's the leather cutting blade and for balsa wood. And then there's also the washable fabric pen, calligraphy pen, and I don't think the scoring stylus is actually for the machine. That's just to run to score paper. But the downfall for me is I don't scrapbook. I don't use it. The only thing I use my silhouettes for, or my cameos for, is making powder coated cups. I use it in that, and I make t-shirts. And with the powder coated cups, what I do is I cut the design out, put it on the tumbler, powder coat it, bake it for a few minutes, take it out while it's hot, peel the vinyl away, that'll leave negative space, and then I finish baking the cup. That's what I've always used mine for. I mean, I just don't scrapbook, I don't do anything. That probably most people do with the machine. But I thought if I'm going to switch back to Cricut or explore more into the Cricut world, I thought this would be the machine to do it. What I seen it a couple weeks ago when they did the release. So when I did the review, I didn't read. I honestly didn't. It says materials for your first project, which would be this card. So inside here, there is the piece of cardstock. It almost feels like a linen cardstock. Piece of cardstock, another piece of blue cardstock. It feels like a linen as well. And then there's a piece of fabric. So we're going to go through this project really quick. Sorry this video is kind of long. I just want to step through it and show exactly how to set it up, because I'm new to all this. So we're going to continue. And then it's going to say project details. Here you can find all the details about this project and decide whether you want to make it. To make this with your Cricut machine, click Make. So we're going to click Make. It's going to pull up the mat. It says prepare your mat. This is where your project gets automatically sorted by color onto individual mats. This project only has one mat. Click to continue. And then here, and I'm sure all the people that know about Cricut, so it has a list of all of the stuff you could do here. I'm not sure what the color codes mean, but I'm seeing vinyl is in blue, the metallic poster board is green, fabrics are in pink, and the leather is in brown. I don't know if that's Cricut mats, because I know the original Cricut mat is green. I have the blue light mat that comes with it. You get the light mat here that came with this new Maker, and you get the fabric mat. Okay, so I know the original mat is green. There's a blue mat, that's a green mat. These are all fabrics, which are pink, and the leather's brown. I don't know that that's what that is, I'm guessing. But I have never seen a brown Cricut mat unless it's all shaded out, so maybe that's still represented by pink. And it's the color's different on my screen. So I'm just gonna use the blue mat that come with the Cricut Maker because I don't have any other Cricut mat. So we're just gonna use this one. They are bent, it's how they come in the box. That's not gonna affect it any because, now if it was creased, it would affect it, but being bent like this, it'll still go through the machine. So let's move this down. Put that there. Let's get all my stuff together here. So, we're going to select, this one's highlighted, click cardstock. So that's going to be this white piece of cardstock that came with the machine in the packet. So we're going to click that. And it says, open the clamp A, which is on the left here. Hold clamp while you push pin down until the arrow disappears. So there's the arrow on the pin. And I'm pretty sure Cricut has always had the arrows for a while. So we're going to click that in there. Close it there. And then close the clamp, and then we're going to click continue. Place cardstock on mat aligning with the top left corner of the grid. Slide mat underneath both mat guides. Keep the mat pushed firmly against the rollers and press the load unload button, which is over here flashing. It's the arrows that have both directions on it. So we're going to peel this. This is the light grip mat used for most materials. So take that off there. I'm going to get over here on the flat surface so you won't be able to see me here. I'm going to be out of camera, but I'm going to line this up. And this piece of cardstock here is 6 inches by 12 inches. Okay. And then we're just going to push it underneath the guides and then hold it firmly up against the rollers. Then hit that button. It's going to take it in. And what I noticed about this, other than the Cameo you load it in and it goes right away. This one's pulled the mat all the way in. I'm guessing so it knows which mat you're using, or the length, because I know they have a 12 by 24. So it pulls it all the way in. And to make sure you have the 12 by 12 mat in. And then it says push the flashing go button, which is the little Cricut head. And it's over here flashing. And right now it's drawing. I'm going to show you real quick. It's like really smooth. Really smooth. And on the screen it says drawing on the screen. It's 92% done. And then the machine goes over, it says detect and blade, to make sure you have the blade in. And now it's going to cutting. And now it's cutting, and the cutting is just as smooth as the drawing. So there we go. Set you back up here. Okay, we're going to hit the arrow, press the load unload button. Okay. Project is complete, so we're going to click finish. Now it says open clamp, remove pin, and close clamp. Okay, we're going to close it. And then over here there's a deep for pins, and then this one's going to be a short. I'm going to say it's for blades, but with this being the roller blade, I'm just going to stick it down in here in the drawer. Okay, so now it says to remove cardstock without curling, gently bend mat until open edge releases. Okay, and then flip mat, lay your mat upside down, push the cardstock on the table, and then you're going to peel the mat off of the cardstock and not the cardstock off of the mat. And it should prevent the curling. Okay, continue. Fold card in half. Insert liner into corner slots, and away you go. So let me get this off here. There's that. Okay, so now we take this blue cardstock, and there's corners cut out in this. So we're just going to insert it, insert the large edge from the back side. Insert this into the large side, the large slits here, which would be, looks like clouds. Bottom's edge. And then we're going to put it in this corner and in this corner, okay? Then we're going to go ahead and fold the card in half, and there's little slits on the edge where you fold it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to line the edges up, put it on the table, and then just fold it that way. And then just smooth it out. So there's the front of the card. I'm going to open it. You can see blue on the inside. Okay, so now we're going to continue. And then it says, your adventure starts now. Bookmark designs Cricut.com. Bookmark design.cricut.com, so it's always at your fingertips. Ready to make your own project? Learn to cut fabric with a simple ready-made project. So I'm going to click Let's Cut. Okay, so it shows this card, and there's this piece of fabric, that same piece of fabric you get with the, that came with it in the package. So we're going to click Make, and it says Sort Project by Colors. So this is the pink cutting mat, which would be the fabric mat. So let me recover that mat, move it out of the way. Here's the pink mat. We're going to take the plastic off of it. Okay, take my, so it's going to cut out the front of the card here. So we're going to click continue. And then it's going to say set up material. So what we're going to do, so here's this. It's the same thing, medium cardstock, light cardstock, copy paper, vinyl, iron-on, which would be heat transfer vinyl, metallic poster board, heavy fabrics like denim, medium fabrics like cotton, light fabrics like silk, fabrics cotton, felt, and faux leather. I'm assuming this is going to be, we're going to put this on there, stick this to it. I'm thinking this is going to be like a, the only thing I don't understand is it says medium fabrics light cotton, but then right here it says cotton. I'm just going to do the medium, I'm just going to do the cotton setting. Okay, now we're going to load the rotary blade in clamp B. So we're going to take our rotary blade, and on this blade there's a plastic shelving that protects the gear on one side, and then it's open on this side, which that does spin, but you want to put this gear, there's a gear inside the machine that you can see that's visible. The regular cutting blade does not have a gear because it's just the regular cutting blade. So we're going to put this back in there. We're going to load this and put the open part of the blade up against that gear where they meet. And then we're going to close and lock it in. And now it's held in place. Now we're going to load the cutting mat under the little notches and hold it up against the rollers, and then hit that load and unload button. It should pull it all the way through. Register that you get the 12x12 mat in, and then pull it back some. Okay? So there we go. And it says tool and mat loaded, rotary blade. Pressure is set at default. Press the speed automatically sets for the material. Press the flashing go button, which is the little Cricut head. So I'm going to bring you in for this because this is going to be the first time I've cut fabric with this rotary blade. So we're going to hit the go button here. Sorry for the shadow. Let me see if I can tilt it up a little bit. Really can't see much because of the rail. Okay, so it's saying unload. Unload it. I'm gonna set it back. I'm gonna set the camera back up, and then we'll I'll peel it off there to where you can see it. So we're gonna take the excess fabric off, and there it is. So we're gonna peel this off. There we go, just like that. That cut really nicely. I'd never cut fabric. Like I said, I don't scrapbook. I don't do anything that a normal person would do with the cutter machine. I just, like I said, I use it for t-shirts, cutting vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, and my powder coated cups. So we're going to click finish, and then it says make it, which is back to the start. So let's cancel that out. So we've got it made. Okay, and so then it pulls up all these designs, and I've never been into the Cricut software before, or it's been years since I've been in the Cricut software. I think the last time I used the Cricut, I used Sure Cuts a lot. And that was way back when Sure Cuts a Lot could, I think they got, maybe I could be speaking wrong, but I think they got sued and they couldn't include Cricut in their software anymore. Maybe? or was it Silhouette? One of the two. And so I used it way back when I had the Sure Cuts a lot, and I haven't used it since. So there's the finished card. I glued the little fabric on there. So that's the finished card. So that's the first product that comes with the Maker. It'd be this card. I'm not a scrapbooker though. So, and then, so it's got all the designs here. Simplicity designs, totes, purses. There's a ton of designs on here. So we're just going to click one and see what it pulls up. I don't know exactly what the designs look like before the Maker, so I can't sit here and say that this is a design for the Maker software, or if it's just a design, because all Cricuts cut fabric. So I don't know if there's a file or something you can click that's specifically for the rotary cutter, or if they're all for the rotary cutter. And I know when you do the cutting with the rotary cutter, I know there's like a fabric marker that you can buy that will mark out to where you sew. Like it'll cut the fabric out and then it'll mark your sew lines. I haven't really seen anything like that, so these could be those designs, but then again, they may be waiting to release those with the Maker because the Maker's not released yet until the 20th. So maybe this software will update as well. I thought it would be on there because I was able to select Maker 3 in Design Space, but I could not select Maker 3 in the craft room. So that's pretty much my video for my first cut, and it's the first project that it prompts you to make with the supplies given when you buy the Maker. You get the white piece of cardstock, you get the blue piece of cardstock, and then you get the small piece of fabric to make this exact card. The thing I noticed about the Cricut opposed to the Silhouette, it seems to me it's a lot less noisy. It cuts and draws really smooth. I don't even think I've ever used a marker or a pen with my Silhouette though. I can't think of a time that I've used that. So I can't say that it's quieter than that with the marker. I can't say it's quieter than cutting. It is definitely quieter. I think it's faster. It definitely has more power because for it to be able to cut like balsa wood and leather, it's got a ton of power. I'm gonna try to get a comparison video. I don't really have the space to compare. I'm gonna compare the Cameo 3 to this, and I hate to do that because it's really not a competition, because we know the Cameo 3 cannot do anywhere near what all this does. So is it really fair to compare? It is. What I'll do is I'll use the regular cutting blade on this one and the regular cutting blade that came with my Cameo 3. And I have already cut a few things with this, so that would be a downfall for my Cameo 3, but the only thing with my Cameo 3 is I've only used it seriously one time. And I did not like how it ratcheted the blade, it was noisy, and I just boxed it back up, and that's all I've used it for. So I've pretty much cut just about the same amount of stuff with this. I'm going to do another video of this cutting a piece of regular vinyl, like an Oracle vinyl, because that's the only kind of vinyl I use. So that wraps up my video. I know it was kind of long. I really don't know what I'm doing with the video making. I've only made several videos, and I'd seen this machine and I thought this would be a perfect video to make. I know not many people have it besides the bloggers, vloggers, and professional, like when they have their Facebook page, like professional crafters that were given like a test machine. So I'll try to get more videos done within this next couple of days, so you could actually see the real use of a new person actually using the machine. Like I said, I'm not a Cricut person. Not that I don't like their brand, I won't talk bad about their brand. I did not like the expressions at all. That's why I sold it to buy my first Cameo. And they've always updated the same time. So I'm assuming Cameo or Silhouette's going to come out with a new machine fairly soon. But when they came out with the Cameo 3, I think maybe they were trying to just get a new machine out, because I just don't think it's quality of what they put out in the past. Like I said, I went back to my Cameo 2 and my original Cameo. I don't care for the Cameo 3. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. Sorry it's been so long. I really like this machine. I just don't know that I'm going to use it for what it's intended for. I'm not going to cut balsa wood. I have a laser for that. I'm not going to cut fabric. I don't sew. Pretty much I just cut vinyl and heat transfer vinyl and regular vinyl. I could do that with the machines I have, but I wanted to test this machine out. I wanted to give Cricut another chance. And I just wasn't at the point that I really wanted to spend the money on a Cricut when I had so many other machines. But when I seen this machine, I had to have it just for the fact that what the other options that are available for this machine. So I'm going to wrap this video up. Sorry it's been so lengthy and long. I probably ramble. I get on here and I try to hit I probably need to make me a list of stuff that I want to talk about, but I don't. I just get on here and ramble. So I'll try to have more videos this week. Thank you for watching. Subscribe so you'll see my new video that I post. I'm going to cut vinyl. I'm going to maybe get some more fabric and cut some more fabric. I don't have the knife blade. That won't be released yet. And I don't have the fabric pen or the calligraphy pen. Those may be already released for the other machines, and maybe I can get my hands, go to the store and buy one of those and try it out in the new machine. Other than that, that's all I have to say about this right now. Subscribe and watch my next videos. Thanks a lot.